If you want to enter that business in Germany, you need to have some genes. Only then you are suitable to deal with used car stuff.
Oh my God, it's gonna explode in my world. Red is black and plus is minus.
Ooh, why is it not getting any oil pressure? Watch it. So that's not a lot for a diesel engine. So we are on our way to pick up our new engine. Well, at least we think we're gonna pick it up, but who knows if it's any good. So, looks like we made it here. This was like a 2.5 hour drive.
So I do the Autobahn driving. Everything that has to do with trailer and backing up, I'm not up for it. So, oh, here he is. So again, picking up a SDV6 Gen2 engine. Oh my God, look at that. Oh my God.
So we got the engine loaded up on our trailer, okay? I overpaid the engine in my opinion. They know exactly in what position they are. They know I drove up there. They know I have no other choice. Also, they had 2 engines. I had both of them taken down so I could take a look at them. One was 200 euros cheaper and had 15 or 20,000 kilometers less on it. That's actually the one I was interested in. And I opened on this one the oil filter. The oil filter was gone, so you're buying the cat in the sack, that's for sure. And in addition, there was a lot of soot in the oil filter housing. So I opened up the oil filler cap and it was completely black inside. So that engine was basically wasted in my opinion. It never had an oil change. It looked like from just rolled in. And the other engine, the one we bought now for 200 euros more, looked clean, but it has more kilometers on it. We got an engine. The story can continue, otherwise we're gonna run out of content here very soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Vera needs to pee, that's why she isn't saying anything, so I'm gonna have to look for a spot to stop here.
Oh, we're not gonna put that in the video.
We used our Easy On tent cover, because we bought a new one, to cover up our new Gen 2 engine. So we are here in the Westerwald area in Germany, and we bought this engine in a town called Hamm, that's near Sieg. It's a relatively large used engine dealer where we bought it from, and I can absolutely not recommend that you go there and buy your engine.
No.
There are so many things which I did not like. I don't know why that is, but apparently in Germany, anybody dealing with used car parts is an asshole. That's just the bottom line. If you want to enter that business in Germany, you need to have some asshole genes. Only then you are suitable to deal with used car stuff. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I'm really a good customer. I paid 7,700 euros for this engine now, and the engine had a defect, and I pointed it out. It was not written down in the internet papers. I said, look, this is gonna cost me 300 euros to fix. You guys even got this part listed on your website, used. Just give me the part or give me a 300 euro discount. No, didn't do it. And I tell you, if I would have bought that one engine with the crud inside unseen, it would have been a major debacle. You kind of got hung out there to dry. So I cannot recommend going there. I think the best method would have been to buy a short block for only 500 euros more from Land Rover new, but it's not available. And we got a YouTube channel. We got to deliver you guys content. So in this episode, you guys learned now that you have the gene if you want to work in the used car or used parts business in Germany.
We have a 2-hour drive to go home.
Because your car is...
Yeah, wait, I want to... No, wait a second.
What?
I need to eat something now.
Okay, go get your coffee and whatever you want to get, yes, and then we drive.
And unfortunately, they did not let us film anything.
That was the other thing, okay? We always watch those videos in the States and you walk in there with your camera and you film something as a YouTuber. Oh no, immediately when we pulled the camera out, no filming, okay? So here's my lesson learned in buying a used engine. Lesson number 1, they already pulled the filters out of the engine. So you come there, you can't pull it out and check if there are any chips. You definitely buy the cat in the sack. Lesson number 2, don't buy them online. you got to drive there and take a look at them, okay? Because out of the 2 engines they had, and both of them had good technical data, one of them was completely wasted because of the soot, okay? There was so much soot below the valve cover and below the oil filter cap, unbelievable. If somebody would buy that engine and receive it at home, it would be like a major debacle, and then you got to worry about sending it back, okay? Really, you got to go there and take a look at them. That's my lesson number 2. Lesson number 3, the people who sell them are okay? There's not much you can do about this. Anybody dealing with used car parts in Germany has the gene, okay? Maybe that's different in other countries, but over here, that's how it is.
It's so stressful.
It's extremely stressful.
And it's so disappointing,
yeah,
dealing with those guys, you know?
But they have absolutely zero customer connection. They know this person is only coming there once, okay? And I couldn't go through life like this. I have to be a nice guy. I want to do people a favor. I want to do everything correct, you know? Yeah. And if I imagine, I was actually interested in the other one. If I would have had that shipped to my house and I would have uncrated it at home and saw that soot, I mean, if they would be nearby, I would probably become a criminal and shoot somebody. But we don't have any guns. I would first have to move to Oklahoma or somewhere. I have already 2 weeks of internet research and talking to on the phone behind me, okay? Most of the people I called immediately after me asking what kilometers the engine has and how is it possible that it only has 4,000 kilometers on a 7-year-old engine, they just simply hung up, okay? So that business is just a very bad business with bad, unreliable, not trustworthy people.
Yeah.
That's
my theory is that all the stolen cars in England, which end up in a container because you're on an island.
You're on an island.
Yes. They are sold as parts here in Germany or Europe. Where are those engines coming from? Yeah. Apparently our engine is coming from
out of the UK.
Is out of the UK, but out of from a reliable source. I mean, we have the VIN number.
Yeah, completely reliable for sure. Absolutely reliable. I bet you it fell off the ship.
Yeah,
that's
probably
how it got wrecked, okay?
I hate moving the car with the trailer inside our tight driveway. Looks good. No, he can't get out. Oh my God.
We're in the UK now. So we're gonna see if we can get it craned up.
Oh my God.
There it is. It survived the transportation. Small step for mankind. Not a giant leap, but small step.
So let's hope we don't drop it.
Put the chain in. Please don't stick your fingers in between, okay?
I'm far enough away.
And it pulls forward. There we go. Take the bad day hammer.
Oh my God. What is, whoa. And watch your fingers, please.
There's oil coming out of it.
Oh my God, yes. They messed up that piece. Watch your clothes. Oh my God.
A little bit further back, down there. Okay. Good. Hold it. Okay. Careful. We got it.
It doesn't have a flywheel.
Oh. No, they stole the flywheel, those
idiots. So yeah, we do have a problem because our garage setup is for one body off and one engine tear down, but we have 2 engines now and our shelf is not sufficient. Oh my God. So Christian has to move out the crankshaft.
Okay, 16.7 kg. Good.
It was heavier than I expected.
Put that on the new engine. New is probably the wrong description for the cat in the sack.
That was a cat in the sack. That is opening a can of worms. Yeah, that is a problem when the Chinese don't talk to each other. No offense to any Chinese viewers.
So
Out of trouble?
oh boy, oh boy. So this is our Land Rover Discovery 4, which we bought with a failed engine. This small crawler is supposed to replace our Queen right here in the long run. That's why I thought it's gonna be king at one point, but no, with that failed engine, it's more like a Prince right now. So Prince Smallcrawl had basically a small engine damage when we bought it, which turned out to be a major engine damage.
A debacle.
If you want to get caught up on the progress we made on this car, check out the previous videos.
Oh yeah, they are funny. She doesn't like when I film him walking.
This is the engine which came with Prince Smallcrawl, and unfortunately, there is a little hole in the block, okay? And that's not so easy to fix. That was a big setback because we thought we're just gonna put in a few new bearings and we'd be done, but that's not the case. So we had to look for different options and we ended up buying this engine. So going from a cat in the sack mall crawler, we bought now a can in the worms engine used.
Yes.
And in this episode today, we want to check out the quality of this engine before we completely dismantle and rebuild it. So the test we're going to do on this engine will be at least a compression test. The dealer where we bought this engine from gave me actually the VIN number, and based on that VIN number, this engine is out of a UK vehicle. It might be one of those stolen ones out of the UK you guys all talk about. Anyway, and based on that, it was last time serviced at 65,000 miles in 2019.
Oh my God.
This is how it was in the internet, okay? So there was a color picture. It has also given the mileage, okay? It says 143,000.
Is that 143,000 miles or kilometers?
Well, I think that's left open because there is no unit given here. So
Oh my God.
this is the mileage or kilometers they read off the vehicle, and there is anyway absolutely no proof whatsoever if it meets that or not. So they could flat out lie.
Yeah.
But when we estimate the overall condition of this engine and compare it with the overall condition of the engine we took out of Prince Smallcrawl, we learn that this one is not looking worse, okay? And Prince Smallcrawl has 145,000 kilometer, and we got a functioning dash in this car, so it's definitely an honest mileage. That's why we want to do at least a compression test, and you guys gonna see how we do that, or at least how we attempt to do that.
You just said, what kind of idiots? I paid
Yeah.
for that sensor and
Okay,
they tore
yeah.
it off.
That these engines do not get removed out of the crash vehicles or out of the broken vehicles in Germany. The engine dealers don't do that anymore because the labor over here is too expensive. So this is done further in the east. So they basically take it out of the vehicles in Latvia and then sold back to Germany. So this is like a huge mafia ring. So there is nobody trustworthy in that entire engine dealing business between Latvia and over here.
Taking off the engine lift. Oh, no.
So, in order to do a compression test on this, we're going to take out the glow plugs and then we attempt to hook up the compression tester in each glow plug bore. We're going to install a starter motor because it didn't come with one.
What?
And we're going to take off the belt from the fuel injection pump just to make sure the pump isn't pumping at all and not sucking in any dirt or anything similar.
Oh my God, getting the glow plugs out. That's gonna be a debacle.
Now the engine did not have an oil filter in it when you buy it from the engine dealer. They take these oil filters out so you can't inspect them.
Yeah, that sucks. In my opinion, you know, that engine looks pretty good. I don't think that it has 145,000 miles on it. So remember, guys, take pictures so you know in which order everything goes back together.
And also so that you have some sort of proof for these idiots who sold you this engine claiming who knows what.
So they sealed the engine, you know, with screw lock seal what we use, so that they can prove that we opened the engine.
And that looks to me, they did this so they can say, oh, you opened everything up. Well, I told you guys I'm gonna rebuild it before I install it. Okay, that's fine. In my opinion, the oil cooler should come out now. I'm gonna use orange here.
If we do break something, we have spare now.
Okay. I'm not sure if I broke it.
It sounded like.
And it's still on, and there it broke off, see?
Shit.
So that is a 40 euro piece. First piece we took off broke. Yeah. Now the engine should have had a new rear timing belt, I mean a fuel pump belt, with the mileage it has. So this is gonna give us some sort of an indication.
Nobody there puts in a new timing belt on a Gen 2 engine.
This does not look like a new fuel pump belt, so the rear was not serviced, I would think. Which is possible if the car went out of commission with 143,000 kilometers. But if it went out with 143,000 miles, I don't know.
So I got a box upstairs which I should get.
23, 11, 15. So at least it matches what the engine is supposed to be. So this is definitely the original belt. Take one holes off here. Cap these off, of course.
Yeah. Apparently Christian is prepping for some really bad days ahead of us. I don't need that many bad day hammers.
That's a really well thought out selection of hammers, okay? Every single one is needed. Okay, that's the only engine I think where you have to remove the fuel pump in order to get to oil. What are we doing? Glow plugs.
Oh my god.
So this is probably a good value if we sell this fuel pump and recover some of the money we spent on this engine.
After the Prince Small Crawl is up and running.
Okay, this comes out also loose. Okay, we can now get to the glow plugs.
So you guys do that at your own risk. Don't tell me, well, Christian did it and now my engine won't start.
Gotta clean around the glow plugs a little bit.
Yeah.
Here, we can fix that.
Yes.
See if we can get the glow plugs out.
Oh no, did you? No, Christian, you have to. Oh, please don't. Please don't.
This one came out.
Yeah.
There.
Can I have it?
Yeah.
All nice, not broken. So this is a Bosch and it's OEM, so not Beru on the Gen 2 engine. Yeah.
Okay, this one came out easy.
So let's see what that. We have the glow plugs of our Cat in the Sack.
Okay, let's see this one.
Do we have to match them back to where they were?
No.
You sure?
Yes. On a Discovery 4, typically the glow plugs are not stuck, okay? They stuck on a Discovery 3 on the 2.7 liter.
Also Bosch. Do we put in new glow plugs?
Yes, for sure.
Do they fit on the Discovery 3?
Can you stop asking me questions?
Also Bosch.
Okay, for this one I have to take the filter off. Ooh.
No, don't rip it.
Ooh.
No, don't dare it. Oh my god. Oh yeah, one more. We also will do a crack test on the crankshaft because we have to use that crankshaft.
Yes. Out as well.
Also Bosch.
Good. So we're gonna put some oil down into the center until this is full. This is gonna go directly into the oil gallery. So we're gonna install a new oil filter for this test. Yeah. This way it at least does not have to completely fill the oil gallery before we get oil.
Dripping out of the banjo bolt.
Okay, well that's a good thing because now we can close up the banjo bolt. Okay, we're gonna drain whatever oil is left in here, probably nothing. So I made a little closure plug. Hopefully this works. I think this will do it. So we're gonna take off the water manifold to have access to the oil cooler. So we're gonna remove the oil cooler. That's not gonna work. This bracket has to come out. Lot of rust. And oil cooler out. So what I can do now is fill the oil gallery down to the oil pump with oil. There we go. If I crank now the crankshaft backwards, it will suck the oil in. That's good. There we go. If I crank it now a little bit forward, the oil goes up. See? And if I crank it backwards, the oil goes down. So my oil pump is full. And I gotta clean up the mess I made. Mounting the oil cooler back in. And now we for sure deliver oil here.
How much oil are we gonna put in?
Well, we're gonna have to fill it up completely.
Oh my god, 5.7 liters.
So we're gonna close up the banjo bolt right here. Copper rings and a nut.
Good.
Okay, 5.7 liters. So that's the 4th liter.
Of course, we cannot check the oil level because there's no dipstick.
Yeah.
And no car attached to it.
Okay, 5.7. See, it doesn't say 5W30 on the cap. 5W dumbass off the cap. So what we got going now is we got oil filled in the engine. We got the oil cooler pre-filled down to the pump. So the pump will not have to do much work to suck oil up. We got the turbocharger oil lines plugged. We also got the oil return port here in the block plugged off. We got a starter motor installed here. We got all spark plugs removed and the high pressure fuel pump removed so it doesn't cycle. There is an oil pressure gauge connected right here and you can see the oil pressure right here. I expect the engine to develop oil pressure. Put some WD-40 into the cylinder heads, not much, and I'm gonna let the desktop mechanics comment. It's gonna kill that engine. We also cannot put a bore scope in there and check it. My bore scope does not fit through the injectors. So now I got a jumper cable here. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's
Yeah.
gonna explode in my world. So it still said on voice command and Christian said the wrong word and the camera stopped. What are you doing? Red is black and plus is minus.
Okay, we have now everything we need to fire this engine up.
What? We're not gonna let it run? We don't have
Okay.
any diesel in it?
Okay, are you ready?
Yes, no, I lost my shoe.
And we see if it develops oil pressure, probably after about 8 to 9 seconds.
But
That's how long it will take under starter motor RPM. Okay, I got the wrong port here. There we go.
Oh my god, I'm so
Again,
scared.
go close, yeah. So I think we got everything. Here's the start. Oh, why is it not working? We're gonna run it now until we have oil pressure with all glow plugs out. Okay. Ooh, why is it not getting any oil pressure? So we definitely have oil in the filter housing and it's draining right now because I took it out. Who knows why it's not reading oil pressure?
There are so many holes open, like here and there, which affect the oil pressure. So it looks like, oh my god, that was, and I wasn't allowed to start the camera early
you
enough.
weren't allowed
It's
to
all
start.
Christian's fault now.
Okay, we got oil pressure. I had to bleed the pressure gauge.
Oh my god.
So yeah, Vera was panicking and that's why you didn't see the
Yeah,
footage.
because there was a loud
Okay.
noise.
So we got almost 1 bar of oil pressure. Let's assume it distributed now the oil all the way around already because otherwise it wouldn't have pressure. That's just how it works.
Oh, we got that brand new.
Okay, so this is our compression tester from Amazon. I think it was like 40 euros. It comes with all kind of adapters, but of course not an M8 glow plug adapter as you need it for the SDV6. That's M8, okay, it's really tiny. So I bought this additional glow plug adapter here, fitting to the set for another 15 euros. This way I save myself the machining. It should seal up nicely and give us a good compression reading. This is basically the same as on a gasoline engine, except that the pressure gauge goes all the way to 70 bar. So we put this one into the first glow plug port.
Yes, please squeeze it up so we can get it out again.
Goes right in here. Oh, see, it even cranks in by hand nicely.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna snug this up really lightly. I'm thankful that there is such a thing as cheap Chinese. That makes it possible for us to do something like that.
So as long as all 6 are the same,
Yeah.
you think it's good.
Within 10% is the rule of
Yeah.
thumb. Okay, we're gonna run it now.
Oh my god.
Ooh, it's like the starter motor doesn't have enough power.
Oh,
Why is this? Okay, we got technological difficulties. Oh, hang on, my important cable fell off again. Oh, damn it. Watch it. So that's not a lot for a diesel engine. That's not good. But it could be because it's cold. It could be because there is no oil sealing around the cylinders. So as long as all of them are 15, we should be okay.
Oh my god.
It could be that in an operating engine, the piston rings just seal much better.
Can we put in new piston rings?
Yes,
Is that possible?
We can.
Okay.
So I moved this now to cylinder 3. We're going to do cylinder 2 later.
Really?
Because that one is hard to get. I have to take the filter out. Okay, got it.
The crank.
So that one is 20. This is not nice.
Let's move on and see what the others do.
Okay, we got to write this down. 4. 30.
15.
15. Oh, damn it. It could be that the light oil I put in.
Let's do number 6. Come on.
Okay. Oh, man.
Water displacement.
Better than nothing.
Cylinder number 6. So apparently the rear tooth go 20 and the first tooth goes 15.
Cylinder number 4.
Like it was before.
16.
Oh shit, we have compression all over the place.
So that's cylinder number 6.
20.
That one reads 21. So for cylinder number 2 and 5, we gotta pull the oil filters. Okay. So cylinder number 2, there's no chance. You can see it's in the way of the oil filter. We're gonna run it without oil for a moment. I think that's the only way to do it.
I think the oil's gonna splash out here.
Yeah, we have to put something over it.
Oh, okay.
Something tells me that this is gonna be an oily mess now.
That's gonna look like a disaster waiting to happen. 20.
15.
Oh.
2, we got 15.
Like most others.
We're all over the place.
So cylinder number 5 works with the oil filter installed. That's good.
So that's also 15.
16, definitely 16.
So right here is our result. We did multiple tests, but not all cylinders we did twice because they're harder to get to. So you can see that we are basically all over the place. This is not a very plausible result, but I think the reason for that is that this engine was sitting in a corner after it got stolen in the UK, then sold to Latvia, in Latvia disassembled, and then sold over to Germany, waiting in a shelf until we come and pay premium price for it. I think it has compression, so we do not have completely damaged engine, and for me it's the go to take it now apart. And if there is later on trouble, I do have the readings which I can show to the engine mafia and try to get my money back, okay?
And the engine doesn't make any weird sounds, weird noises. There's nothing moving around or...
Okay. Another thing we learned in this exercise is that it's not possible to do a clean compression test on an SDV6 because you saw the oil filter is in the way to actually get to the glow plug port. And I did cause a little bit of an oily mess inside. Not a big deal because we take it apart anyhow, but if you would be going through the effort doing this in the vehicle, it would be quite a bummer. And you could see how hard it is to get the glow plugs out. I think everybody knows that already about the SDV6. So I think it might even be easier to do it through the injectors. Actually, the tutorial video what I watched to do this compression test on a diesel was from a Toyota 4-cylinder engine, and the video was uncut and the guy took 20 minutes.
Oh.
It was like boop, 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 done. It was way easier, and he even said it like 3 times in the video. Oh, it's actually a really simple test. All you got to do is take your glow plugs out and put this in. So really the lesson we learned here is that it is extremely difficult difficult to do a compression test on an SDV6 engine. That might also be the reason that this procedure is not explained in the maintenance manual and why there's no YouTube video out there with an SDV6 compression test. So if I would be doing this again, I would definitely do it through the injectors. I would machine me some sort of a dummy injector and connect it. Removing the injectors is actually less work than getting access to these glow plugs, and then I wouldn't have to deal with this collision between the oil filter and the glow plugs. So torque to rotate test on this engine gotta be less than 30 Newton meters over the crankshaft with the injectors or glow plugs removed, with the timing belt on and set, and no fuel pump belt installed. So what's your first guess?
I think it's 25 Newton meters because, well, on our rebuilt engines, it's always way less than spec.
Okay, 25.
Yes.
You're too high.
I wanted to say 23.
23.
Yeah. Oh my God, that is really good.
Okay, it's 20. If it's broken loose, I can get it with 20 to rotate. If I stop, so it's about 20.
Nice. Well, that's one good thing.
So torque to rotate test passed. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and think about subscribing. And at that point, I want to thank our patrons a lot for their support, and
We'll see you next Sunday.
good.
Not with a running engine.
Definitely not, but it's gonna go forward. Now we're gonna check out how the footage from the new camera is, okay? This is
Yes,
the first
please.
episode we filmed with the new DJI Action 4, and we kind of sent our DJI Action 1 into retirement, and we'll see if there is a big difference. Here, hold this one next to it. Now this is the footage from the old DJI with the sound from the old DJI, and this is the footage from the new DJI Action 4. So I think that's a big difference. It's the same picture size from the resolution, okay, and it's also the same distance, both external microphones, and it's both 2.7K. We don't actually film in 4K.
That camera has to fit into tight spots. I cannot have a big, huge camera with all those attachments on it. You know, we need a small action cam for our kind of content.
And we also don't want to mess around with external microphones. And
Yeah.
these cameras have, in my opinion, excellent sound from both of us, behind the camera and in front of the camera.
But the DJI is
now we got
wonderful.
some test footage.